Welcome to Touch, a podcast where stories ignite purpose. Here, we explore real life and biblical stories that reveals what it truly means to live with purpose, especially as men navigate to this world. If you've ever felt lost, uncertain, or searching for direction, this podcast is for you. Let's light the way. So, we are in episode 16 of IMOLE, the light they could not understand. So if you are just joining us for the first time, you're welcome to this channel. Just go to my bio, watch from episode 1 to 15 to know exactly what is going on in this episode 16. And the title of episode 16 is The Bridge, The Bridge, The Bridge. So as you listen, do well to open your hearts to what the Lord will be doing via the episode. The day of battle grew nearer. As IMOLE sharpened its swords, IMOLE strengthened its prayers. One kingdom trusted in weapons, the other trusted in the living God. But while both kingdoms prepared openly, darkness searched for another way to conquer. If it could not overcome the palace by force, perhaps it could enter through a human heart. Deep within an ancient forest, a circle of powerful witches and occult priests gathered around a blazing ritual fire. The oldest among them slowly opened her eyes. Aderonke knelt before them. One of the elders spoke in a low, mysterious voice. We searched the heavens. We searched the earth. We followed every spiritual pathway surrounding IMOLE. Another elder continued. Every path ended in a light we could not cross. Silence filled the coven. Even the elders looked disturbed. Aderonke finally asked, "What does this mean?" The oldest priestess replied, "There is a covering over King Adegboyega." Another added, "Not only the king, the entire palace is surrounded by a power we cannot explain." One younger witch asked, "Should we abandon this mission?" The oldest priestess shook her head. "No. We have now taken personal interest in this matter. Find out why heaven fights for this king. Find out why darkness cannot enter this palace." She pointed at Aderonke. "Return, watch, listen, study everyone. Find someone close to the king. Bring us every secret." The coven resumed their chant. The investigation had begun. Before dawn, Aderonke returned to Akinwande, her husband. She narrated everything she had heard. Akinwande remained silent. Then she smiled. If even the coven cannot understand this mystery, then we shall understand the people. He spread a map of IMOLE across the table. Every fortress has a gate. He looked at Aderonke. "Find me that gate." Aderonke smiled confidently. "I already know where to begin." Far away in another village, Ola and 5 warriors arrived at the compound of the feared herbalist, Baba Alagidibo. Animal skulls decorated the entrance. Ancient charms hung from trees. A member of Baba's household welcomed them. "Please wait, Baba is eating." The warrior looked at one another under a large tree. Baba Alagidibo sat comfortably eating roasted boli. He ignored their greetings. When he finished, another member of his household brought him a large bowl of amala and egusi soup. He continued eating without saying a word. Minutes passed. Ola's companions became restless. Ola remained patient. Finally, Baba cleaned his hands. He looked directly at them, then calmly asked, "Did any of you bring something else for me to eat?" Ola looked surprised. Before anyone could answer, Baba spoke. You have not traveled this far merely to greet an old man." The warriors froze. He continued, "Your village is divided. Your king says pray, but your heart says say fight. You believe your king has become weak. No one has spoken, yet Baba revealed every hidden thought in their heart." The warriors exchanged astonished looks. Ola finally bowed respectfully. "Everything you have said is true. That is exactly why we have come." Baba slowly stood. His voice became cold. "Very well. Each of you shall receive 400 sacred incisions upon your backs. Each shall carry a spear prepared by my own hands." Then he smiled. "And I shall not remain here. I myself will come to IMOLE. Let me see whether their prayers can withstand the power of darkness. And if they will surrender, I shall also empower them." The warriors smiled. Their confidence grew stronger. Back in IMOLE, the fearful chiefs had become useless to Akinwande. They no longer knew what truly happened inside the palace. So Aderonke began watching the palace carefully. Soon, she noticed a young palace servant. His name was Aremu. Aremu had genuinely surrendered his life to Christ during the revival. He loved serving in the palace, but one weakness still lingered in his heart. He found it difficult to turn his eyes away from beautiful women. Aderonke quietly smiled. Every fortress has a gate, and every gate has a keeper. She began speaking with him. Nothing suspicious, simple greeting, kind smiles, friendly conversation. Little by little, Aremu's guard began to fall. Days later, Aremu met Aderonke again. His conscience warned him, but temptation clouded his judgment. Without realizing it, he mentioned little things that happening inside the palace. Nothing major, nothing secret, yet enough for Akinwande to know that IMOLE still refused to prepare weapons for war. Aderonke smiled. The first crack had appeared. Inside the palace, King Adegboyega, Chief Balogun, and Mr. and Mrs. Adebanwo, Oluwatumise, and the believers gathered again in prayers. Songs of worship filled the palace. After the worship, Mr. Adebanwo opened the scripture. He read, "Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, walks about like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour." 1 Peter 5 verse 8. He looked around the room. The enemy rarely attacks when we are strongest. It searches for the smallest opening. Aremu lowered his head. His heart trembled. Conviction filled him, yet he remained silent. Ola and other warriors journeyed back towards IMOLE. Their excitement grew. Ola addressed them. "Prepare yourself. Babala Gidigbo himself is coming. When the battle begins, IMOLE shall witness a power greater than they have ever imagined." The warriors shouted with excitement. Their confidence rested in shams, but heaven had already written another ending. And our closing narration for today's episode. Night settled over both kingdoms. In Ashimolo, darkness perfected its plans. In IMOLE, voices continued to rise in prayers. One kingdom sharpened swords, the other strengthened its faith. The battle was drawing near, but neither side yet understood that the greatest victory would not be won by the strongest warrior, but by hearts that were fully surrendered to God. And now we have come to the end of episode 16. So, what does this episode teach you? Kindly leave it in the comment section. God bless you. Thank you for listening to Touch. If this episode spoke to you, share it with someone who needs it. And remember, the story is not over. Your purpose is still waiting. See you in the next episode. And my name still remains Elizabeth. God bless you. Bye.